And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Houston Texans and the Minnesota Vikings. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. Finding room at the 30. And he'll cut it to the right sideline. Lamar Miller. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, 81 yards. And the Texans have taken the early lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Now for the point after. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. And that is incomplete. Dalvin Cook is running back the intended target. And it's 3rd down.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now Cousins going deep for Diggs. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, When I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. And now out comes Houston. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Come back. Come back.
They keep it with Miller on first down. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Anthony Barr in on the tackle.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard run. Leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with third down coming up.
Tiger. Come back. Richmond.
Watson hands this to Foreman. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. They go play action here on first down. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A good pickup there, a 22. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that?
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Texans will extend their lead. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They start the drive with Cook. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. That's going to go as a loss of a full 8 yards. It sets him back for second down. Second down, Cousins. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Wide.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down.
I know it's the first half, but it's still hard to curb the enthusiasm for that stop. 3rd and 1, and the offense can't get there. The defensive team has got to feel very good about themselves. Great job out-leveraging the offense.
They'll indeed go for it. It's Cousins going deep for Diggs. It's caught inside the 25. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. First down, here's the run with Cook. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Black, 82. Where's your hot?
On 2nd down, Cook. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. 2nd quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football. They're in the midst of a nice drive, but facing a 3rd and long here.
Lucky 48.
They pitch it out to Cook. And they'll get him down right about the 20. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Cousins to throw for it on 4th. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
A line of scrimmage once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal.
Hey, Ringo, 48.
He'll get it up the middle. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. That would give to Taylor. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. And now the Texans want to call another timeout. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. Well, going for it on 4th has worked twice on this drive already. Now it gets more interesting here on 4th and goal. They come out here in the eye. It's Cousins on the sneak. Trying to wedge his way in there. No signal. I don't think he got there. He did it. J.J. Watt, the one that gets him down. So the D-line got the push there against the O-line to stop that quarterback sneak.
A really high percentage call on offense. I think it's the right call. But as you noted, if they didn't get the push, you can't get in there. There's no place for him to go. And that's why the whole play got stuffed.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
And give him a lot of credit there, but even more credit to the guys up front. In that situation, you know it's going to be a stacked defensive front. And to be able to gain that much yardage, that's a big win for the guys on offense.
Yeah, they were just about standing on their own goal line, so to get a few yards there, a great start. Now we'll see what 2nd down brings. Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down.
Come back.
Watson going to give this one to Miller. And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. The Texans send the punter out. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. And a fair catch is called for. He will take it in to give his guys some excellent field position here. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
Hey, a simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. Throwing his Cousins. Going deep for Diggs. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new-school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A give. This is Cook. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
And incomplete, almost intercepted. Had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. And now 4th down. So 4th down coming. We still haven't seen a punt yet. At least here, they're in a reasonable spot to go for.
This I can understand. Some of the others, not so much.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. To throw, Cousins. Gonna let it fly for Rudolph. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
After the interception, here's Watson. Throw left side complete. That's Fuller. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. They didn't really have to earn that first down, did they?
Well, they're not having to earn much, are they? Back-to-back penalties. First was 1st and 5, and now they give them a first down.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. On the toss, there goes Wentz. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Two minutes to go here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this. Faking the give. Now Watson. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Charkandrick West, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Texans will add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Cousins now on 2nd down. He'll buy some time right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Working out of the gun, Cousins. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. The Vikings first down. Diggs able to find his way free and get the catch from Cousins. A first down throw for Cousins. The left side caught by Diggs. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Cousins now from the 50. Now they go screen. It's complete. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Cousins again. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. To the air again, it's Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Cousins now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Again, it's Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph. And now it's 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Cousins again. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. So they are going to call on Dan Bailey here. His career long is 56 yards done in Seattle. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar. And this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10. The final shot before the break, Watson. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is I'm
doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Cousins. Flushed out right. Going to throw right side here, complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And give him 17 yards that time, as that'll move the chains. Now a play fake here on first down. It's complete to Diggs. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one goes for 24 yards.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completion.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
Throwing, Cousins. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. The linebacker, Zach Cunningham. There defensively to make that play. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Third down, Dalvin Cook. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1. Now Cousins on fourth down. Flush to his right. He's going to go up top for the end zone. Looking for his tight end Rudolph, and it's intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
Reset, reset, reset. Come back, come back.
From the end zone, Watson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Xavier Rhodes, the cornerback, there in coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. This is West. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a third down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And going deep for Hill. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They are going for it. Here's Watson. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Kayvon Webster. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And his throw is incomplete. Oh, Thomas unable to reel that one in, and it's 3rd down.
And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the second half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now a toss. This is West. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at him turn.
A big run there. 29 yards and a first. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first downs.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Down! Black 22! Black 22!
They'll run it with West. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And they're going to have a 3rd down. Here's West. And an alley to run. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Tiger!
Here's Foreman. And an alley to run. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 10 more there and another 1st down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up 1st downs.
They'll go with Foreman. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further.
Partner, when it's a goal-to-go situation, if you're on the field on defense, you have to know that you may be called on to make a tackle at any time. Here, the cornerback does exactly that. Plays the run really well and makes a big play.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. They'll try to pound it in with West. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Texans touchdown. Charkandrick West, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans will extend their lead. Now the extra point. And all we takes off with it. It's a fake. He gets it to Thomas. And this play is not going to work. He's out of bounds, well shy of the goal line, and a try for two, unsuccessful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to try and go deep again. It's caught inside the 25. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So, barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
Detroit!
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Call it a gain of 5. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Detroit!
Operating from the gun, Stanley steps away to his left. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
From the gun on 3rd down, Stanley. And a great return as he takes this up just shy of the 45. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Everson Griffin in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Here's Watson. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. From the gun, here's Watson. And going deep for Hill. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. They will indeed snap it to Watson. And this is incomplete. Xavier Rhodes, the cornerback, there in coverage. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that, saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches, as a general rule, that if someone does it to them, you won't hear a peep or protest out of them. That's just who they are.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. On 1st and 10, Stanley. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. It's a foot race. 30. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
He's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to...
Now they'll run it on the toss. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here, stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
22! Come back, come back!
On 3rd down, it's West, and he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload that you and I both know. Well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Now Watson going to sneak it, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now.